Hello, my name is Raneem.
And I'm Carolyn, and this is Monday's Good Evening KU. So Raneem and I were talking about some topics we could go over and talk about for this intro to our show. And then about a minute before, Raneem told me something really interesting, and I feel like you should briefly just talk about the podcast.
So I've been interviewed by Joel Goldberg last month in March 28, I believe. He have a podcast. It's called Rounding the Bases, and he interviewed me to talk about my story, since I'm from Syria and I'm a refugee, and I just have a long story.
Yeah, and the things we were going to talk about are not even as close to as exciting as that. But do you want to talk about the podcast anymore? Just what it was like being interviewed?
I kind of want to leave it to people so they can listen to it.
Yeah. Maybe tell them where they could find it.
They can find it on Apple Podcasts and Spotify, and they can find it on YouTube as well. So,
okay.
Yeah.
Very cool. And then the less exciting things we were planning on talking about is our weeks. So this week I have a really busy week because I need to check a lot of service hours for my sorority. And so I'm doing a lot of volunteer work this week. What
That's
about
a busy
you?
week.
Yeah. I'm doing a lot of volunteer every day this week. What about you?
Every day?
Yeah, because we need 10 hours of community service for an entire semester, and I'm starting this week. Ooh. So I'm doing 10 hours worth in a week when I had all semester. But yeah.
Nice. I think I'm just going to be studying, honestly. I have a lot of assignments to do.
We're nearing the end of the semester.
Yeah.
Finals are coming up.
Yeah.
What are your hardest finals?
I don't think I have any finals for my classes, which is really nice.
That's common with the journalism school is they're mostly projects.
Yeah.
Like we have a video project in this class. We have, I have like a blog to write, or not to write, but to make a website.
Yeah,
See, it's
me
not
too.
like a traditional like test.
Me too, yeah.
Right.
Is that like the portfolio?
Yeah, portfolio. Okay.
Yeah.
What else? We're going to talk about what we're doing this summer. And I am...
Yeah, what's your plan?
I applied to do this business study abroad in Italy.
Ooh.
But it is business, and I'm not in the business school, and I'm technically like pursuing a minor in business. So I was accepted into the program. Accepted, I think like everyone gets accepted. And then I was kind of like, do I want to do this? Like, do I really want to minor in business? So I kind of ignored it, and then I let the deadline pass for confirmation. So I emailed the girl, and she was like, it's full, someone might drop out, then you can have a spot. And then I had applied to this internship for a creative agency, and they just got back to me, and they're like, okay, let's set up an interview. And I don't know whether to be like, I might be gone for a month this summer, but I might not be. So
I think you should go for the other internship too.
The Italy one?
No, the other one.
Oh.
I mean, keep the Italy one, but just in case.
I might not tell them about Italy, you know?
Yeah, that's smart.
Okay, what about you?
I think I'm going to be going to Canada. So by the end of May, I'm going to be going to Canada. Probably going to stay there for like a week or something. One of my sisters is getting married. So I know. It's been 5 years since I saw them. And now as soon as I see them, one of them is getting married. It's kind of weird.
Yeah. Do you guys keep in contact remotely?
Yeah.
FaceTiming and stuff?
Yeah, of course.
What is she doing in Canada?
So they got scholarship. I have 3 sisters. 2 of them are twins. And they got scholarships to study in Canada. So
that's where they are and you're here.
Yep.
So when you guys landed in the United States, how did you guys disperse? Like, was it school that determined where you would stay?
So my sisters actually, they traveled to Canada when we were back in Jordan. So I'm from Syria. We left Syria in 2013 because of the war. And we went to Jordan. We spent 4 years, and there they got scholarship, and they basically went to Canada. And we came here by the UN, and we basically just kind of chose Kansas City.
Okay.
We had like a relative like a far relative that we never met before.
Oh.
And
who lives in Kansas City?
Who lives in Kansas City.
Where in Kansas City?
I think Kansas City, Missouri.
Yeah.
Not sure where exactly.
Do you like Kansas City?
It's good.
Good.
I like it. I'm getting used to it.
Yeah. Okay, sharp right. We were going to talk about the Johnny Depp and Amber Heard case.
Yes.
What do you think about it?
I am definitely on Johnny Depp's side.
Yeah. That's what I'm hearing everybody say, is that it was kind of like she accused him of abuse. Everyone's like, typical, you know, the guy is abusive. And then he came out saying that it was defamation. And so I think that's what the current case is that he is suing her for defamation.
Yeah, I think so too, but it looks like he's going to win.
It does look like that.
Yep.
Well, we have a really exciting show today. We have an interview, and
I'm playing trivia.
Our name is Playing Trivia on the Friends show, and okay.
The mask mandate has been lifted. COVID's over.
What's that smell?
I don't smell anything.
Ari Tata, and this is our segment with Nathaniel Duncan, and he is a senior here in the J School, and so I'm going to talk to him a little bit about his senior year, how that's going, and some of the programs and stuff he's been involved with at the J School.
Well, thank you for having me on the show
thanks
today.
for coming.
I've done a lot of stuff in the J School. I mean, just so many highlights for me personally, but I mean, senior year has been so great to me because first semester I was able to produce KUGH, which is, you know, the main newscast here, which was awesome for me because that's what I want to like do with my career in journalism. So that was a really like transformative time for me, especially. That's like discovering what I really wanted to do. And then this semester I'm able to do another one of my passions, which is play-by-play. I'm doing my capstone for KU softball is their play-by-play voice with my friend Gus Bale. So it's been a great year. The senior year's probably been my best year at school here. It's definitely the most memorable.
Yeah, do you feel like you've had a lot of just highlights this year, like just a lot of stuff being involved in?
Yeah, I would definitely say so. I became involved, like I said, with KUJH, but also with KJHK, which is the student radio, where I did a lot of play-by-play for football and basketball this year. So it was awesome. Probably the greatest moment I had, like a journalist here, was being able to go down to the Final Four to call the game 2 rows back from the court. So I mean, it was one of the coolest experiences in my life personally, and it was probably like that's the biggest highlight that person could probably have here.
I know, because I'm a freshman and you're a senior, so those are both like really cool years to experience that national championship. Like it was just so like icing on the cake for my freshman year, and I'm sure for your senior year, just because like you're leaving, but it's still like you're a part of the university and you're gonna be a Jayhawk forever. Like that's something that you'll carry with you, which is really, really cool. And being in the J School, and like I remember like when the newspaper was handed to me, like that being written by the Daily Kansan was so cool, because just like being in the J School and like knowing people that write for the Daily Kansan, it was really cool, because I'm just like, that is a newspaper that is going to be so famous for so many years on. So it was really, really cool. Yeah, so what are some of your like favorite memories from just overall like your college experience?
Wow, well, like I said, this year is pretty hard to beat, but I mean, like throughout my like entire time here, wow. I mean, doing my own show with Jukebox, which I was able to like create and like creatively just like construct every week for almost 2 years. That was really cool, and that really helped me become like the producer like I want to be. So I have like a different view of like everything, because that's basically, since we moved into the studio, it used to be in the library, where it's just oddly enough, I told Cal earlier today that my career started on a Good Evening KU on a Monday, and it's ending on a Monday here.
That's so funny.
Jack Jukebox is definitely like one of those things that will always be like a part of who I am. And because I don't listen to like music that everybody else does. I really like 70s and 80s alternative music, so that's totally different than pretty much everyone else here listens to. But just to have the show to like just talk about my interest, but like everybody else's interest too, like it's great to have like so many different people that have a lot of different like viewpoints on music. So you just bring it all together, and it's continuing now, and it looks like it'll be a show for quite a while longer. So that's probably one of the proudest things I've done here, for sure.
And it's also just like super interesting, like that you have obviously built your portfolio all throughout college, and now like going to pursue the workforce in a couple years, it's probably really beneficial that you have all these different varieties of strategies and stuff that you can apply to work. So that's really cool. And it's super motivating for like other people that are in the J school that are just like me, that are like freshmen, because I obviously want to like explore different programs and different stuff that the J school has to offer. So it's really, really cool that the J school offers all these opportunities and different shows for people to be a part of. Yeah, so do you have any plans to pursue further?
Well, right now it's like a hard decision, but they're all good decisions I make right now. So I've been accepted to Wichita State and Illinois State for graduate school for sport management, but I'm also looking at the job market as well for producing stuff.
Yeah.
But I'm looking at offers from different places, like in big markets and small markets, because every town's going to have a station. Doesn't matter. It could be Maryville, Missouri, which is like a town of like 10,000 people, or you could be in Kansas City, which is millions of people are going to see you. Yeah.
So, what would your ideal job be in the workforce?
Ooh, that is a tough question. If we're talking journalism, because I'd be going to graduate school for sport management, so I haven't decided, but definitely for journalism, I mean, if I'm a producer in like a huge market, that would just be like the total end goal for me. Like if I ended up, it's crazy. If I ended up someplace like San Francisco, it's crazy, like money to live there, but I would be so happy in like a huge market.
Yeah, and I feel like there are people that have gone to KUJ school and then worked with like CNN and Washington Post and major news outlets. So I think that that's always really cool that people really can go that far and make it to national news and deliver national news, which is insane. But yeah, that's really cool, and like really cool that you've worked with all that stuff.
Yeah, it has. I mean, like we were talking before, it's definitely going to be bittersweet. I'd say definitely more bitter because like I've truly grown as a person my time here, and I've spent probably, there's maybe only a couple more people that probably spent more time in like the studio than I have in like the past 4 years. So it's like crazy to see like the growth, because sitting over there by the green screen the first time, being so nervous to be on camera, not knowing what I was going to say, and just trying to continue a conversation now where I'm just natural at it. It's been a long growth over the past couple of years, and I'm really proud of the work I've done here.
Yeah, definitely. Just like my freshman year has flown by, so I can only imagine the more years to come. But thank you so much for coming on the
Thank
show
you for
and
having
talking about your experience. Yeah, okay, we'll be back.
Hey, bro, what's up?
Want to take a shot?
Yeah, let's do it. Alright, guys, I'm gonna drive home.
And I'm Brayden. This is your Monday Good Evening KU News Update. Incumbent French President Emmanuel Macron defeated far-right challenger Marie Le Pen in yesterday's national election. This is the first time in French history that a governing president was re-elected as a majority leader. Macron won 58% of the popular vote.
Two high-ranking U.S. officials visited Ukraine yesterday as a major show of support. Both Secretary of State Anthony Blinken and Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin met with President Zelensky in Kyiv. The move comes at the same time as an $8 million aid package from the United States.
The longest-serving Republican in Senate history died this weekend at the age of 88. Former Utah Senator Orrin Hatch served 42 years, from 1977 until 2009. He was best known for sponsoring the Americans with Disability Act and voting against the Equal Rights Amendment.
A Douglas County District Court sentenced Stephen A. Drake to more than 8 years in prison for killing another man in the doorway of his home in 2017. A jury found Drake guilty of manslaughter after he admitted the shooting, but argued it was in self-defense.
For the third time this season, an activist fan ran onto the basketball court in a Minnesota Timberwolves playoff game. Direct Action Everywhere, an animal rights organization, claimed responsibility as part of an ongoing effort to get owner Glenn Taylor to return factory farm bailout money he received.
And for more in sports, let's toss it over to Karen and Hannah.
Baseball team let one slip away on Saturday and then got blown out on Sunday to fall to 16-23 on the season and just 2-10 in the Big Ten Conference. The Jayhawks lost a 3-run lead in the 9th inning on Saturday and ended up losing 7-6 in 14 innings to Oklahoma. Then on getaway day, the Sooners scored 9 runs in the 2nd inning en route to a 24-4 victory. KU will travel to Colorado Springs this week for a 2-game series with the Air Force Academy.
The softball team beat North Texas 9-4 on Saturday afternoon to end a 6-game losing streak. The Jayhawks are now 15-28 on the season and will host the #1 team in the country next weekend at Arocha Ballpark. The defending national champion Oklahoma Sooners are 39-1 this season.
The tennis team upset Baylor 4-1 in the first round of the Big 12 tournament this weekend in Fort Worth. In the next round, their luck ran out and the Jayhawks fell 4-0 to #2 ranked Oklahoma. If the Jayhawks advance to nationals, the tournament begins May 6th in neutral sites.
Senior Alexandra Emelianoff won the discus with the second best throw in KU history this weekend at the Michael Johnson Invitational at Baylor. She threw 198 feet, 6 inches. Junior Avril Johnson also picked up a gold medal with a 4:27.79 finish in the 1500.
And just today, head coach Stanley Redwine was announced as the head men's coach for the USA Track and Field national team at this summer's World Championships in Eugene, Oregon. This honor comes after Redwine served as an assistant coach for Team USA at the 2020 Olympics in Tokyo.
The Jayhawks will host the Rock Chalk Classic on Saturday. This will be the only home outdoor meet at Rock Chalk Park of the season. Field events begin at 10 a.m. and running events will start at 4 p.m.
That's it for sports. After the break, Braden will be back with the weather forecast, followed by a special round of Friends Trivia.
Welcome back. I'm here to give you your weather. So this week we're going to see some pretty pleasant temperatures, and even though it's pretty windy today, we'll see some calmer winds tomorrow. But however, the rain chances that we saw last week, they're going to return, and they're going to be here for Wednesday through Saturday, so very wet week ahead. Right now it's fair skies, and it's a bit breezy with winds from the northwest at 16 miles an hour. And gusts are 24 miles an hour, and the temperature is 61. Tonight, we're going to see mostly clear skies, but the winds are going to stay. Winds are going to shift from the north at 5 to 10 miles an hour, and gusts will be 20 miles an hour. And starting at 1 a.m. until 9 a.m., we're going to see a frost advisory. So frost advisory, you won't see any slick road conditions, but if you do have any plants outside, make sure to take them in. And we're going to see a low of 35. Tomorrow, that frost advisory will expire at 9 a.m. and winds will be pretty calm from the south at 5 miles an hour. And we'll see mostly sunny skies with a high of 68. So tomorrow will be a beautiful day. So if you can go outside, definitely go tomorrow. For tomorrow night, we're going to see winds still from the south at 5 to 10 miles an hour with a low of 44. So a pretty mild night with mostly clear skies. On Wednesday, we're going to see mostly clear skies until the evening when we see these little showers pop up. And this is going to become a bigger system on Thursday. And on Thursday, we could see a slight chance for some significant weather, maybe severe. We don't know yet. We're going to have to look at those models some more, but keep an eye on the weather. It's a bit messy on this radar, but we're seeing a low pressure system push into our area, and that's going to bring some of those rains. And on Friday, we'll see these storms push out of our area, but then into the nighttime, we're going to see another low pressure system moving into Nebraska, and we're going to see more chances for rain, and that will even continue into Saturday, if I can get this. in Saturday, and hopefully by Sunday we could see some clear skies. But there's still a 20% chance on Sunday. But however, the temperatures this week, yeah, it's really nice out. But we could see some rain chances Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, and possibly even on Sunday. So make sure to bring an umbrella. But if you're going outside this week, you have any plans to go outside, definitely try to go tomorrow because winds will be very light and the high will be 68. So a beautiful day. That's all I have for you. And after the break, we're going to have our friends trivia.
Hey Sally, will you bring me a pair of scissors? Hurry!
Welcome back to our trivia game. I'm your host, Emma Seville, and today's topic is Friends Trivia. Today we have superfans Faye and Raneem. So, Faye and Raneem, what is your favorite Friends quote?
Is this part of the trivia already? Because I don't think I have a quote in my head.
Just like whatever one like
that I can think of. I'm going to say that my favorite quote is, "How you doing?"
Mm-hmm. And Raneem, what is yours?
I was going to say the same thing. Stole that from me.
You know what? A good quote is good. Alrighty, so our first question goes to Raneem. Okay. What year did Friends begin and end? Is it A, 1991 to 2002, B, 1994 to 2004, C, 1995 to 2005, or D, 1998 to 2010?
I think it's D. I'm going to go with D.
The correct answer is actually B, 1994 to 2004. Alrighty, our second question goes to Faye. How many total episodes of Friends ran between 1994 and 2004? Is it A, 160, B, 201, C, 235, or D, 240?
I'm going to guess C, 235.
That is correct. The answer is C, 235 episodes. All right, Raneem, the next question is, other than the six Friends, which characters appeared in the most episodes? Is it A, Gunther the barista, B, Janice the girlfriend, C, Jack Geller the father, or D, Dr. Richard Burke the boyfriend?
I'm going to go with A, Gunther for sure.
That is correct. A is Gunther the barista. They were in a total of 150 episodes. Alrighty, Faye, after Monica was stung by a jellyfish, who had to pee on her to relieve the pain? Was it A, Chandler, B, Joey, C, Ross, or D, Dr. Richard Burke?
I'm going to say C, Ross.
Actually, the correct answer is A. It was Chandler. Alrighty. We're up to the last two questions. You guys ready?
I hope so.
Alrighty, so Raneem, when Chandler and Joey played trivia against Rachel and Monica, what were the stakes? A, the losers cooked for Thanksgiving. B, the winners went to a Rangers game. C, losers had to visit ugly naked guy. Or D, the winner got to choose the apartments.
D.
That is correct. The answer is D, the winners got to choose the apartments. All right, final question. You ready, Faye?
I'm ready.
All righty. Who did Joey play on the soap opera Days of Our Lives? Is it A, Dr. Richard Burke, B, Dr. Drake Remore, C, Dr. Leonard Green, or D, Dr. Frank Buffet Jr.?
I'm going to say B, but I'm not positive.
Well, the correct answer is B, Dr. Drake Remore. So we are actually at a tie with Raneem with 2 and Faye with 2. So we're going to go to a tiebreaker. So the tiebreaker is you have to match who the characters are or the characters to how many siblings they had. Okay, so this is for Raneem. Okay, can you match the characters to how many siblings they had?
Okay, so Monica had one brother, and Rachel had 2 sisters. Phoebe had 1 sister. No. She had 1 sister, and I remember her having 1 brother. So I don't know if we can choose both, but I would say 1 sister, since we only can choose 1. Ross, he had 1 sister, and Joey had 7 sisters, and Chandler was an only child.
You got them all correct. Good job.
Okay.
Alrighty, so Faye, for yours, you're gonna have to match the character with their profession.
Okay. Monica is a chef. Rachel is a waitress. Phoebe is a taxi driver. Ross is, I'm not sure what Ross is, a professor. Joey is an actor, so I'm guessing probably Christmas Elf. And Chandler is a junior copywriter.
So those were all correct. Good job, guys. We're gonna have to call this one a tie, but you know what? That's okay, because we just know they know a lot about Friends. So thank you so much for joining us this week. We'll be back next week for our final episode. Good evening, KU.